friends, welcome back to Black Coffee and Grits. I'm Lisa. This is our 2025 end of year whip parade. Holy cow, I can't believe it's 2026. Happy New Year, friends. It's time to try to fly through, I think I have counted this correctly, 47 whips, I think. I'm pretty sure. 48 maybe. I think it's 48. I don't know. I took off one of the felt stocking kits that I had on my whip parade list because it's technically not cross stitch. So I decided to, make myself feel a little bit better. If you saw this pile, it's heaped. It's like heaped. Okay, so I'm gonna try to record the fastest whip parade known to man. I'm gonna try my best to remember all the details. I'm not gonna show patterns. I'm gonna pop in pictures of patterns. I'm gonna try to not be long-winded and tell 1,000 stories. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Lisa. This is Black Coffee and Grits. I would love for you to subscribe and be just a part of our monthly routine. I do a monthly recap video typically. So this is something I do usually twice a year. I do a whip parade mid-year and at the end of the year. And I was going to be like super fancy and pop in pictures of what the whips look like the last time I showed them. But I think it might just make me feel bad about myself because some of these didn't get any attention. So we're not going to talk about that. And we're not going to feel bad about how many whips we have. And we're not going to feel bad about how many whips didn't get stitched on at all in 2025. It just is what it is. Like, this is a hobby and it's supposed to be fun. So these are in no particular order. I ironed most of them. The only one I didn't iron is this one right here. It's still in the hoop because I'm trying actively to get this finished. This is American Elk out of the book Wild Animals of North America, designs by Gloria and Pat. And I'm stitching it with all the called for DMCs. I'm stitching it on 32 count. This is going to be a test of my memory because I didn't write down any of these fabrics. This is 32 count Cypress by Fiber on a Whim. And hopefully I'll get all my details right. I did take off all the needle minders, but this one, this is 3 Little Pigs. And this little needle minder came, because I'm showing it, I'm going to tell you. This little needle minder came from Mad Reminders on Etsy. And I love her little shop. Lots of cute stuff there. Okay. I'm going to try to record a fast whip parade. Let's see how quick I can get through these. Okay. This is State Fair by Little House Needleworks. And I'm stitching it with my own colors on a piece of 32 count Bramble linen. Bramble by Picture This Plus. You'll see Bramble a lot in my whip parade because I bought a full yard of that fabric. So I have a lot of it. I'm not going to tell you which ones I didn't stitch on. I think you're going to already know. This is Patriotic Kalediscope by Rocking Horse Designs. And this is an out of print chart, I believe. It has beads. That's all I'm going to say about that. This was a kit, so I don't know what this linen is. It was, I believe, DMC's. And I substituted in a metallic thread from DMC. Yeah, that's all we're going to say about that. I should have made a second table to put this mess. This is Farm and Folk Penny Cushion, the Heartstring Samplery. This is Here a Peep, There a Peep is what it is. There's 2 charts in that pattern. I'm stitching this on 32 count. What is this? Sugar Cookie, a color in cotton with DMCs that are Brooke Purdam's color conversion. She and I are stitching that together. There's a lot of Sal's in here. I'm going to leave a list of hashtags at the end because I'm going to try to speed run through this, so I might forget to say them. This is Summer House Stitchworks Summer Refreshes. It's a series. I'm stitching it on 18 count This might be 16 count. I'm gonna say it's 16 count because it looks like it. 16 count Freeze by Atomic Ranch. It's Ada. And I picked my own, well, I used some of the call for it and some of my own colors, I think. They're DMCs. This is this is Always Remember by Plum Street. And I believe I'm stitching it with all the called fors. This is a mystery fabric because it didn't have a tag on it, but I believe it's a 32 count linen. I think it's Silver Fox. Is that Picture This Plus or is that Fiber on a Whim? Not sure. Sorry, friends. Ask if you have questions. I will always try to answer questions. Why did I not finish this? I don't know. We're so close to a finish here. This is, well, maybe not. There's more stitching here than you think. I don't want to start telling any lies in my videos. This is Summer ABCs by Little House Needleworks. And I'm stitching it, I can cheat because I have the tag on this fabric, on 32 count Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim. I do love this fabric. It's very pretty. And it's a mix of the called fors and some of my own / Priscilla Blaine's color suggestions. It's a mix of things. Testing my memory big time. This is God is Good by Teresa Kogut, stitched with the called for Weeks Dye Works flosses. I'm making a modification on this chart. I'm not stitching the background because it's almost full coverage. I decided instead to stitch this on Water Spirit by Seraphim, which is a 32 count linen. And I think it's really pretty. I think it's going to be gorgeous. I'm trying to decide as I go through these which one I want to get back to the most. This is a fun little Primrose Cottage Stitches chart called St. Patrick's Day Quaker. And this was also a stitch along with Melissa. She's finished. I'm tailing behind, but I'm still thinking of you as I stitch it, girl. Mix of called for and floss from stash. I think some of these are color and cottons. And I'm stitching this on 28 count Monaco, which is that coffee tea dye. It's not coffee tea dye. It's just tea dyed, I think. I like that fabric. Haven't stitched on that in a while. This is a Blackbird Designs chart called Joyous, Oh Joyous Day. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. And what fabric is this? This is one of those fabrics. Oh yeah, here it is, the tag. This is Vellum by Picture This Plus, 32 count Vellum. And I am stitching this with the called for flosses. I believe those are Weeks Dye Works. Although Blackbird usually has a lot of Gentle Arts, so those might be Gentle Arts flosses, but they're the called fors, is what I'm trying to get at. Okay, this is one that makes me sad because I didn't get to stitch on it this year, and I love it so much. The reason why I didn't pick it up is because I'm doing my own color conversion on this, and so it's a lot of work to figure out. But look at this fabric. Isn't it amazing? Let me tell you what this is. This is Brown Swiss Dairy by Told in a Garden, and I'm stitching it on 28 count Blue Ridge linen by Atomic Ranch. Yes, how to make sure I was telling you that right. So just got that one little tree in there, but I'll get back to it. Don't you worry. Okay, this is probably my biggest whip. I might have to stand up to show you this. I can't see through it, so I don't know what I'm showing you. Yes, I'll stand up. Okay, this is the Farms of Hawk Run Hollow. And Yeah. Love this so much. Really want to make this another focus piece. Want to make this more of a focus piece. I tried this last year to stitch on this 2 days a month, and I don't think it was enough. I mean, it got me picking it up, but I didn't make as much progress on it as I would have liked. So, gonna try to make that happen next year. Okay, this is one I really wish I would have finished. This is Halloween Sampler by Teresa Kogut, and I'm stitching it on 20 count Properly Primitive by Under the Sea Fabrics with the called for flosses. It is mostly Week Styleworks flosses, some DMCs, but all the called fors. And this is such a fun piece. It's a fun little sampler. I've had a lot of fun stitching on it. I had made it a priority to stitch on that 2 days a month as well throughout 2025. I think I did pretty good on my goals. Some of them I didn't do as good on. This a newer WIP. This is In the Mountains by Sweet Wings Studio, and I'm stitching it on 32 count malachite linen by Fiber on a Whim with the called for flosses. It's a mix of DMCs and some Gentle Arts and some Classic Colorworks. Pretty sure. I should have just like at the beginning said, I don't know what I'm stitching this mess with. Mostly I do. Some of it I don't. Okay, this is Turkey Day by Cottage Garden Samplings. And I'm stitching it with the called for flosses on 32 count. What is this fabric? Legacy by Picture This Plus. And because I'm popping in pictures of the charts, you're not going to see my quirky little faces. Okay. Ooh, I love this one. Okay, this is Autumn Traditions Sampler by the Tiny Modernist. And I'm stitching it with the called for DMCs with one substitution. I substituted Week Styleworks grits for the white. Oh, I found another needle minder, and I'm not sure where that one came from, but I don't actually think that one was mad for minders. So ask me if you love it and you need one. I'll look it up for you. This is We Gather Together by Mill Hill, and I'm stitching it on 32 count raw linen by Zweigart, and I'm doing the beads. And I can't even complain because the beads are beautiful. I wonder how much I can edit out of this. Okay, this is Thanksgiving Comes Again by the Prairie Schooler, and I'm stitching it on 32 count Buttermilk by Color and Cotton with the called for DMCs. This is a group of charts from Lizzie Kate called Tingles. And I'm stitching it on 32 count Hay Bale Medium by Color and Cotton with a mix of DMCs and a Week Styleworks. I think kind of whatever I had in stash. Love that fabric. Love those bright colors. Okay, this is Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. This is another stitch along with my friend Tracy from OG Stitchery. Hey Tracy. What am I stitching this on? This is Dove This is Dove by Color and Cotton, 32 count Dove linen by Color and Cotton with the called fors on this. Okay, this is a full color conversion. Just please ask because I don't remember offhand what they are. This is Byron Blackbird by the Artsy Housewife. And I'm stitching it on 32 count Spellbound by Color and Cotton. Such a beautiful fabric. 32 count linen. Did I say that? I think I did. Okay, this is Halloween Quaker by Leela's Studio. Stitched on 32 count Haunted by Seraphim. And it is a mix of the called fors with some Color and Cotton pops of color. So I think all of the neutrals are called fors and the colors are all from Color and Cotton. This is a kit and it's a Disney kit. I'm sure it's out of print. It was something that I adopted. So I'll just pop in a picture of it, but I think it's called Color Blocks, Mickey and the Gang. Super cute Disney piece. I saw someone else had stitched that earlier in the year and put it on a sweatshirt and it was dang cute. Maybe that's what I need to do with it. Okay, I love this piece so much. I saw Lori Holt stitch it. She finished it and got it framed and everything, and she just makes me want to stitch everything. This is Love Never Fails by Barbara Anna, and this is my anniversary sampler. So I think it was also Lori Holt's anniversary sampler. So I'm stitching it on, I believe this is Old Stationery from Seraphim, 32 count. And I'm using the called for flosses on this. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I want to get back to that. Okay, this is my Ode to Africa to commemorate my trip to Africa. This is called African Safari, and I got it online. Please forgive me, it is an Etsy chart. I did not write down who the designer is, but I can get you the link for it if you are interested. I'm using the called for DMCs, and I'm stitching it on 32 count Bramble by Picture This Plus. It's so fun. Oh my gosh. I'm going to say this on every single whip. I want to get back to this. Okay, I started 1,000,001 things this year. No, not too bad. I didn't do too bad. I had the same number of whips last year as I did this year, so I didn't do that bad. I finished some things too. Okay. Some things went off the list, some things got put back on the list, or got put on the list. What is this? This is Paradise Found. Okay, this is Paradise Found Sampler by River Drift House Needlework Designs. And I'm stitching it on 32 count Bramble by Picture This Plus. Have you guys counted how many projects I'm stitching on Bramble by Picture This Plus? I'd be curious. I bet it's a lot. Okay, this is a stitch along with Brooke and Michelle. I think I'm winning. I think I'm the furthest along. This is M. Satterwave Quaker by Shakespeare's Peddler, and I'm stitching it on 32 count Opal linen by Picture This Plus with Black Coffee as the floss. It's a classic Colorworks. So my conversion, I think there's also some white in this, so I'm going to use Grits, of course. Bye. Black Coffee is from Classic Colorworks. Grits is from Weeks Dye Works. You would think I would know that by now. Okay. This is the tiniest start. This is Black Horse Inn by Carriage House Samplings. And I was so excited to start this, but it's on 40 count. So, and I'm stitching it with silks, which is amazing. I'm stitching it with the NPIs. This is 40 count white tee by Color and Cotton. Beautiful fabric, beautiful flosses, beautiful project. Need to get back to it. I think this might be the whip that causes me the most guilt, but please tell me I can erase that from my vocabulary. I don't want to have guilt. This, as you all probably know, is Pandemic from Long Dog Samplers. And my fabric is a mystery fabric, but it's 20 count Aida. I do know that. And I'm stitching it with DMC floss. So the whole thing monochromatic. Oh my gosh. I actually did make some pretty decent progress on this year. Even though I only stitched on it, I think 7 days. I looked it up because I had a goal and I didn't make the goal, but I wanted to know. Okay, this is this happy morning by Plum Street. And Michelle and I are stitching this together, and we're stitching it on the dark fabric. So this is 32 count slate. Is this picture this plus, Michelle? I can't remember who dyed this. There's no tag on it. I do know it's slate, and I'm stitching it with the called fors. How's my speed run going? Pretty good. Okay. Oh, I love this so much. This is Blackbird Sampler by Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. And it's a mystery fabric, but it's 28 count linen. And I'm stitching it with Black Coffee by Classic Colorworks. Which one of these projects do you think I'm going to finish first in 2026? I'm not allowing myself a new start until I've finished 2 things. Okay, what is this? This is Hilltop Village in Winter by Thistles, and I'm stitching it on 14 count Vanilla Cream Aida by Volcano. And I am using my own color conversion on this, just what I have in stash. This is the November monthly weigh-in from Stitching with the Housewives. And I'm stitching it on 28 count Monaco with a color conversion by me. This is a kit. This is the Sandlot from Forbidden Fiber Co. But I swapped out the fabric for, oh goodness, what is this fabric? Cottage Stone, I believe, by Fiber on a Whim? Question mark, question mark. I'm using the Called For Flosses by Forbidden Fiber Co. And this one's super fun. Need to get back to that. Finish it this baseball season. Oh my word. This might be the thing I was the most dedicated to this year, or in 2025. And I decided I am going to make this my lint stitch again. This is Peacemaker by Teresa Kogut. Oh my gosh, it is the most beautiful fabric. What is this fabric? Oh my gosh, am I going to remember? Okay, this is Cranberry Crush by Forbidden Fiber Co. It is a 16 count Aida. Is that true? Actually, it doesn't say what count it is. I think it's 16 count though. I am using 2 strands of floss, and I am using the called for DMCs on this. Except for, I have made the decision to, instead of doing the confetti stitching on the wings, use a floss that I got out of a a box that I got this year. Where'd that box come from? From Black Needle Society. This is a hand dyed by Rolanda floss called Rainfall. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it on the fabric, but it's a really cool, already kind of modeled, mixed in floss. So I think that it will work really well for the wings. So that's what I'm going to start on next, I think, so I can decide if that's going to work. And then I'm going to probably pick a floss for her shirt so that I don't have to confetti stitch it. Because let's be real, friends, I'm confetti stitched out. It was a lot. It looks beautiful, amazing. Zero regrets, but it's a lot of work. Okay. Our stack is dwindling. This is Be Merry by Emily Call. I'm stitching it with my own floss conversion just based off the picture, just what I had in stash. And it is on 32 count Bramble by Picture This Plus. This is Winter Tradition Sampler by Tiny Modernist, stitched on 32 count Ale with the called for DMCs. One substitution on the floss, I'm using Grits by Weeks Dye Works for the white. Look at that cute little deer. This is Christmas Rules by Lizzie Kate, and I'm using a mix of the called for and color conversion of color and cotton flosses. Pretty close to what is called for. I think I just used what I had in stash. So this is also stitched on 32 count Bramble by Picture This Plus. This is my puniest start. This is Boris by Plum Street Samplers. There's literally one letter on this. I have pulled, it looks like my own flosses, and this is just some white Aida. Oh, linen, excuse me, white linen that I'm stitching this on. Ooh, I love this so much. But I need a minute to think about what that is. Okay, nobody get mad at me. Lisa made us do it, but Lisa's not doing it. Not very fast anyways. This is American Flag Quilt Sampler by, this is American Flag Quilt Sampler by Rosewood Manor. And I am stitching it on a beautiful piece of Aida. This is one more reproduction, 18 count Aida. Remember, I said 2026, there was going to be no guilt. So I'm trying to just brush it aside. I'm not going to feel guilty about that. This is another Stitching with the Housewives piece from the January monthly weigh-in. I think I can finish this. I think I need to get on it. This is probably what I need to finish next. Don't you think? That little snowman needs to get built. I'm stitching this on a piece of, this is some sort of even weave. I think it's a color and cotton, like one-off, if I remember correctly, with the called fors. He's super cute. This is a pathetic start too, because it was a restart. And it is Southwest Santa by Mill Hill. And I'm stitching it on a piece of, it looks like 10 count. I'm not sure what this fabric is. It's some sort of burlappy linen. It's really cool. Maybe after I finish We Gather Together with all those beads, I will be over my bead. I don't know what my, it's not really a fear. It's a disgust, I think. This is Believed by Erin Elizabeth, stitched on 32 count Haunted linen with grits. Love it so much. This is Snowman Quaker by the Camping Stitcher, and I'm stitching it on 32 count limited edition by Color and Cotton. It's just a pretty I can't remember what the floss is. The floss on this one is Tinsel by Color and Cotton. So it's all a monochromatic. Oh my gosh, the stack is dwindling. Probably should have grabbed the project bag for that. This is another large piece. This is Farmhouse Christmas by Little House Needleworks, and I'm stitching it in sort of a village style instead of the 9 patch, so I'm taking out the quilt block. I'm stitching it with a mix of the called fors and some Color and Cottons. I think the green and the white are Color and Cotton flosses. It's so cute! This is Peace and Goodwill by With Thy Needle and Thread. Sorry about that. I was trying to fold this fabric up. Peace and Goodwill by With Thy Needle and Thread, stitched on 32 count antique lace by Seraphim with the called for colors. I'm trying to remember the name of this this fabric. I'm gonna have to go get the bag. I know it's a week Star Works. Okay. It did me no good to go look that up because I don't have a tag and I can't remember, but I know this is a 30 count week Star Works fabric. I wanna say it has something to do with the sea. Doesn't that make you crazy when you can't remember something? This is My Heart's Design by Blackbird Design. And I changed, I think, one of the floss colors. Yes, I swapped out, I'm using Brethren Blue by the Gentle Arts to make the color pop on the fabric. I think that was my only substitution. All the rest are the called fors. That was a speed run. Holy cow, did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Did you miss seeing the bags? Did you miss seeing all the needle minders? Or are you happy to have seen it all quickly? I'd love to hear some feedback. I hope you're having an amazing year. I hope you're enjoying stitching all the things. Happy stitching, friends. Bye.